everyone, thanks for joining me at Mather PE. Today is the first phys ed app review that I've done, and we're going to take a look at something called Balance It, which I use to aid in teaching stuntnastics and gymnastics unit. It's essentially a task card resource that allows you to put up stunts and balances that kids can then do. So let's take a look at what it offers.
All right, let's take a look at some of the features that this app has. As I mentioned, it's a gymnastics and stuntnastics resource app that I found really helpful when I'm teaching this unit in phys ed classes. Essentially, it provides students with visuals and cues for gymnastic development when they're working on teamwork or static balances. One of the things I like is that all of the pictures here are hand-drawn. So I used to do this in stick figures, and I drew them myself, and they weren't pretty. And they were hard for kids to interpret, but these are much clearer and easy for the students to understand. One of the things I like is that there's individual balances, there's pairs, there's groups of 3, there's groups of 5, and even larger group balances. So there's lots of different challenges for your students to do. So it works really well as full class instruction, where you have a bunch of mats that are all doing the same task. And then it also works well for stations if you have different levels of learners and you want them to have different options for the stunts that they might like to create. You can use it at multiple grade levels. Some of the stunts definitely are more challenging than others, and so you could do it for different levels of learners, but I typically find for me at the junior high level, grades 6 to 8, this is pretty ideal. And it does require supervision and safety, so sometimes I spend quite a bit of time prepping them on safety techniques and spotting and vulnerable points and how to balance and how to provide proper base of support. So a lot of those things still need to be taught. You can't just unleash the kids to go do without that safety done first. As I mentioned, it's great for full class instruction or creating challenges for your students. All right, let's go into the app and let's take a look at the navigation and sort of what this app offers. This is Balance It. When you open up, you come to a menu where you can choose a variety of types of balances. So first we'll choose individual balances, and it will bring you to a task card or a set of them. You can choose then individually one of them, and it will open it up and enlarge it. And you can swipe through each one of them with your class or maybe as a station. You could swipe through the whole set, or when you're finished and you don't need them anymore, press the back button, the menu button, and you're back to the beginning. You can check out the 2-person balances. This sheet has many more options and varieties for students to try. Great for full class instruction or maybe as station work. Again, when you're finished, you can head back to the menu. We can check out 5-person balances. The stunts get more complex. Proper technique and teaching safety will be important. But again, it provides some options, high quality graphics, easy to understand, super simple to navigate. The last thing I like to do is save some of my favorite poses. So if I'm on a page and I choose an option, I can favorite it by choosing the star in the top right corner. It'll add to a saved file. And if I back out to the main menu and choose saved, my favorite poses are there that I might want to use over and over again with classes. The app is simple, effective, and super user-friendly.
When I first started teaching stuntnastics, I put my artistic skills to the test and did all these stick figure diagrams. They turned out all right and they served me well over the years, but my teaching technique ended up being me or another student holding one of these cards up and having all of the groups replicate it. And that old school method still works to a certain extent, but the Balance It Task Card app allows me to display a diagram, but at the same time enables me the ability to circulate around the room and help groups out.
So if I don't like the app, I probably won't put it up on a video here, but this one gets my recommendation for a number of reasons. One, because I use it regularly and every year. So it's user-friendly for teachers and for students, and that's massive for me in phys ed. I want to be able to not spend a lot of time messing around with technology. This is really simple, really easy to use. There are simple navigation tools. You simply move forward and backward, and it's really easy to understand. Other teachers have used this, and they've all mainly put up positive reviews, so if the crowd likes it, then it's probably pretty good. You can project this to a large screen in the gym, which is what I tend to do as well, which is really, really helpful. Or you can use it on multiple iPads and stations if you're fortunate enough at that school to have many iPads to be able to use. One of the things you can do is then when kids finish their stunt, they can take a picture of it and document it and upload it to a portfolio or to Google Drive or to a classroom to share their successes. You can also have differentiation because there's different types of balances, different difficulties, certainly ones that will challenge all levels of learners. There's different group sizes, different poses, there's a lot of variety. I love that it's a visual reference. It's easy for us as teachers just to be able to talk things to them and explain things that way, but sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words, and in this case it's true. You can teach positioning and risk management, safety, and many of those other things, and I can throw up an image on the wall and we can talk about the points that need to be supported or where the vulnerable points are or where somebody should be standing for spotting. So having that visual reference is really helpful in minimizing risk and then executing these stunts safely. You can save your favorite poses. If there's some you don't like and some you like, you can create a little favorites folder to use with different students. And one of the things I really like about this is when you download the app, you also get access to a downloadable PDF ebook, which basically just has all of the different stunts on them and you can scroll through. And I'll show you that when I'm back on the gym wall and how that can be used as well. Most importantly, it's simple, it's effective, it's practical, and if you've got all those things in a phys ed class, it's a winning combination.
So I mentioned that it comes with that downloadable ebook, and so what I do is I have that in my Google Drive account, and I'm just basically scrolling through all of the different poses. And I can flip down the card. So this shows all of the poses all at once in one document. So you have to scroll a little bit more than if you were actually flipping the app on here, but it does the trick. And it's in pretty large size. So if I look around the gym, I can actually project it onto 2 screens there. And it's definitely visible for the kids. Also effective for doing group instruction is to be able to mirror your app onto the screen. And so if I do that, I've got it mirrored now. And here's my iPad down below. If I click on the app, it mirrors back up onto the top, and I can then walk around and take my iPad with me if I want and flip to different ones and show them. But it allows me to be more mobile as I go around and teach and help out the students as they try to complete their tasks.
So this app gets a thumbs up from me. I use it every year, and here's how you can get it if you are interested in trying it out too. It's only available on iOS devices, so it's iPhone, iPad. It's called Balance It Task Cards. It's only $1.99 in the States, $2.79 in Canada, but it was well worth it for me. If you want, you can even scan the QR code here in the bottom left-hand corner and it should take you to the App Store. Give it a try if it's something you think you and your students might enjoy. Let me know how you make out in the comments, or if you have any questions or anything, please throw it down below. I'm also going to try to do more of these sort of app reviews in the future. So if there are apps that you use or you would like to use and you want to see a review on them, again, throw it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.